And welcome, folks. This is Dustin Harris. I am the Appraiser Coach. A little bit of a different venue today. I've been crazy busy. So the summit was just a couple weeks ago. I'm getting prepared for the expo. I just got back from my mastermind in Las Vegas. I got another mastermind coming up in Chicago and in DC. So forgive me. I am actually broadcasting from the truck of my son's vehicle, the cab of my son's truck. I'm sitting here. My boys are just outside here taking equestrian lessons, and my son got thrown on. My little 9-year-old got thrown off a horse last week at lessons, and so I'm keeping a leery eye out. But anyway, forgive me for the sound quality. I know it's bad. Usually, I have all of my broadcasting equipment actually with me in my car in case I can pull over and do an episode here or there. But I'm in his truck today because long story short, I'm running some errands. And I've got the trailer hooked up behind me and needed the trailer. So I had about an hour's break while my kids are in lessons. So hope you'll forgive the unprofessional nature of the broadcast today. But, this is life. And, there were some things that were on my mind that I really wanted to share with you today. And so forgive me for the quality. I can see on the camera right now that the sun is right in the camera. And I know from the test audio before that it's a little bit echo. Okay, it's a lot echoey, but hopefully you'll get the idea. Again, there's some things that I've been thinking about a lot today that I wanted to share with you, and I think they're important principles. So hang on for that. I want to remind you that we are sponsored by 3 great companies. First of all, Alamode. Alamode is in the process of bringing out Titan. If you don't know much about that, that is the cloud-based software that's coming up. You can find out more at alamode.com. Right now, there's some amazing things going on at DataMaster. And if you've not checked out DataMaster, I would highly encourage that you do so. Go to datamasterusa.com. That's datamasterusa.com. Or you can go to datamasterfreetrial.com/coach. datamasterfreetrial.com/coach. And finally, we are sponsored by Working RE Magazine. Working RE, folks, is right on the top of what's going on in the appraisal industry. And you should know Working RE inside and out. If you get their print magazine, you should also check out their digital version at workingre.com. Well, folks, I'm thinking a lot today, just over the last few days, I've been thinking a lot about the principle of mentors, the principle of coaches, the principle of having someone that you can rely on to share information, to bounce information off of. This comes mostly from the mastermind that I had last Monday in Las Vegas. We had 6 great people in that mastermind, plus myself, seated around a table. We spent the entire day talking about people's business, talking about appraisers and where they wanted to take their business. They're here and they want to be here. They want to take it to the next level. And that's really what that mastermind is all about. I was also thinking about it today simply because this morning I had an opportunity to speak to another individual that was who called me on the phone, and this individual wanted to talk to me more about the workshop, more about the mastermind. And as we got to talking, I realized, man, this guy is a perfect candidate for the dream team. And the reason is because he gets it. He understands the power of getting together with a group of like-minded people to discuss and to grow and to hold each other accountable and to share ideas and experiences and those kind of things, which will help them to become greater appraisers, but more importantly, more efficient, more effective, and more productive and profitable appraiser business owners. That's really what it's all about. And the reason this guy was a perfect candidate is he already belongs to 2 other masterminds, believe it or not. These are not appraiser masterminds. These are just masterminds. One is a local mastermind that he attends with other business owners. I'm a member of one of those as well. And he's also involved in an online mastermind, which I'm also involved in as well. Again, not the same masterminds, but the same principles. And he talked to me about the importance of those masterminds and getting together with other business owners and talking through, things that can help benefit his business. He talked about the principles of the mastermind, talked about the principles of getting together with like-minded people to grow and develop their business. And it got me thinking about the principle of the mastermind. And I wanted to give you a little bit of a history there and talk to you a little bit about the importance of mentors and coaches. Okay. Sure, I am the appraiser coach. That is what I do. But I also have coaches myself, and there's a reason for that. Many of you have probably read information from Napoleon Hill. He wrote several great books, and basically his history in a nutshell. I'm going off of memory here, so I may get it, not completely accurate. But the way I understand it is he was a journalist in the early 1900s, and he was called in by Mr. Carnegie, the big iron giant, and he was called in and asked if he would be willing to put aside his journalistic career for a while, for a period of time, to go out and study the great successful people of the day. And it took him less than a minute to make a life-changing decision. And Napoleon Hill went out, and basically Carnegie got him connected with many other successful people. Carnegie, by the way, was the most he was the most successful person at the time, if you count it in dollars and cents. And he had many, many connections that he sent Mr. Hill out on, and he spent years and years and years studying these greats, these individuals. And it all culminated with several principles that he put together, principles of prosperity that he said, the great people of the world, those that are very, very successful, have these things in common. And at the very top of the list, above all other principles, he put the principle of the mastermind. He said successful people understand the importance of getting together with other successful people. And so as he rubbed shoulders with these other successful people, he found that they all had many things in common. And one of the biggest ones that they had in common, of course, was that they would meet together very often with a group of like-minded people that allowed them to stretch and to grow and to become better. And so I learned a lot of the principles of the mastermind through Napoleon Hill. Now, I want to make it clear, Napoleon Hill did not invent the mastermind. He certainly coined the term, but he did not invent the process. He studied the others that did the mastermind, and he was able to quantify some things and to qualify some things and to summarize some things into his books. And as you read his books, you'll come to understand who he was, and you'll come to understand the power that this principle can have. Now, I know we're getting a little bit off topic, but really we're not. I told you we were going to talk about mentors today. We're going to talk about coaches today, and I kind of got off on masterminds, but to me, they're really one and the same. They're really the opportunity to rub shoulders with other like-minded people. Now, there is a bit of a difference. When I think about a mentor and I think about a coach, I don't think about a group of coaches or mentors. I think about an individual that you can confide in, that you can share information with, that you can bounce ideas off of, okay? And that's what I want to talk about when we get back from the break. But I want to first stop and talk about these great companies that will allow you to become much more successful at what you do. Folks, you've heard of a la mode for years. Why? Because a la mode has been around for years. For over 30 years, they have been helping appraisers to achieve more, to do more efficient work. Why are they the top of the game? Folks, you need to find out by going to alamode.com/free trial. If you go there, you can have 15 days of a la mode. Folks, I've been using a la mode for over 20 years, and I can't wait because very soon they're coming out with a new product that's completely cloud-based. I teased it at the beginning of this. It's called Titan. It's coming very soon. It's the opportunity to work on appraisals from wherever you are. Folks, now is the time to switch over to a la mode. Now is the time to find out what it is that they do. Go to alamode.com/free trial. You can call them at 1-800-ALAMODE as well. Been talking to the folks over there at DataMaster, folks. I love DataMaster because they are very involved in appraisers' lives. They care about appraisers, and they care about becoming the company that allows appraisers to become more efficient. Imagine never having to type in a comp again. Imagine never having to fill out the top of the grid, the top of the page 1 for the subject information. Imagine all of this information that you have on screens over here that you then transfer over to here. Guess what? DataMaster will do that for you. They'll take that data, they will download it and push it right to your appraisal software, whatever appraisal software you use. That is DataMaster. That is efficiency. That's the ability to type 28,000 words per minute. Why? Because DataMaster makes it easy to take data and transfer it. You don't have to pay someone else to do it. And folks, guess what? You don't have to do it yourself. Super, super duper important. Okay? DataMaster, free trial. .com/coach. Check them out right now. It's datamasterfreetrial.com/coach. appraiser.com/coach for more information. Finally, folks, we are sponsored by Working RE Magazine. Become really good friends with David and Isaac over there at Working RE. Of course, David is the publisher and Isaac is the editor at Working RE Magazine. Folks, these are guys that care about the appraisal industry. They've been involved for years and years and years in appraisers' lives. They are investigative reporters, really. They reach out, they find out what's going on and what appraisers need to know about, and they make it known. Now, you can wait for the print magazine. The print magazine is great. I love the print magazine. I carry it with me when I go on trips, which is a lot. I'm on a lot of planes, and I love reading through Working RE. Typically, I read every single word in that magazine. I really love it. But I'll tell you, if you want to know what's going on today, right now, open up a browser at workingre.com. Not only can you find out what's going on in the appraisal industry, but you can also have helpful tools, webinars, different things that as a reader of Working RE magazine, you can benefit from. Again, it's Working REs and Working Real Estate, workingre.com. All right, folks, we are back. Appreciate you joining me today. Again, I apologize for the quality. I've got a lawnmower going in back of me. I'm sitting in the cab of my son's truck. Actually, he doesn't own the truck, and I remind him that very often. This is my truck that I let him use. But nonetheless, today I'm running some errands and had about an hour as my kids were at the horse riding lessons today. And I wanted to share some information that has been on my mind quite heavily lately, because I look back at the success that I've had, and I've had some ups and some downs. I've had some failures. I've had some successes. But I'll tell you, when I look back on the things that have really benefited my life, things that have really taken me from one level to the next, I have to attribute much of that to either the mastermind principle, getting together with like-minded people to share ideas, and or having a mentor. I've had a personal mentor now for about 5 years. Let me think through that. I think that's about right. So it's, sometime between 4 to 5 years now, I've had a personal mentor. His name is Ben. He is a business owner here locally in Idaho Falls. He and I have lunch at least once a week on average, sometimes twice a week. But I would guess as we average, we miss a week every once in a while. I would guess it averages out to about once a week. And that has been ongoing, again, for the last 4 to 5 years. Now, what do I do with Ben? What is the important? Now, first of all, I'll tell you, Ben has become a really good friend of mine. And we can talk about family, relationships, church, politics, the community, service, anything. But the thing I like most about Ben is he is a business owner, and he is a successful business owner. It's one of the reasons that I sought him out. And he and I have gotten to know each other very, very well. Like I said, we spend a lot of time together. I consider him a mentor, a coach. There actually was a period of time when I was paying him for his services. So I would take him to lunch, and I would pay him a fee, an hourly fee, to sit there and be my therapist, if you will. And when I say therapist, I'm not talking about my relationship therapist. I'm talking about my business therapist. So I could bounce ideas off of Ben and say, what do you think of this idea? What do you think of that idea? The reason I like Ben is he is very honest about his opinions. He's diplomatic, yes, but he is very honest and straightforward. He is not ever going to say, I think that's a great idea, Dustin, if it's not a great idea. He's saved me money over the years. He's allowed me to step up and go to different levels. I mentioned I used to pay him. I don't anymore. And basically, I think the reason for that is he and I have gotten to know each other so well that we're able to really help each other. So it's a mutually beneficial experience. So when I go to lunch with Ben, we spend probably more time talking about my problems than he is, but I want to pretend that we spend equal time. And basically, the gist of it is we spend an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours at lunch, where we eat food and we discuss and we talk about all kinds of things. But mostly, we're talking about business. Mostly, we're talking about ideas. Mostly, we're talking about dreams and visions and where we want to go with our businesses. And we know each other's business so well. And this is a key principle. We know each other's business so well that when he mentions something to me, when he has an idea, a thought, I have a context for that because, again, we've been meeting together for years. And I might say, well, Ben, a year ago you said such and such, and you do know that this is like 180 degrees from there. And let's talk about that. Like, what has changed in your life that makes you want to take what you had before and maybe completely turn it upside down and do something different? Or we might say something like, I might say, hey, Ben, I really want to take my business to the next level, and here's an idea that I have. And he might say, well, I know your goal for this year is to reach, this level. Do you really think going in that direction is going to help you to achieve that goal? And I might step back and say, that's a good thought, but what if I change that goal a little bit, because I think this is actually a better direction? Ben's the type of person to say, you know what, Dustin, that's stupid. That's lame-ola. Don't do that. I like the fact that he's very, very honest. Now, here's the key. Whether it be a mastermind and I specifically would say I do have 2 masterminds that I currently belong to, in addition to all of the coaching that I'm doing with my Dream Team masterminds. I have 2 masterminds that I belong to. By the way, Ben is part of one of those masterminds, so that's an interesting dichotomy. But I also have an online mastermind that I meet with, and this allows me to be able to reach and to grow and to develop and really move to the next level. Folks, if you've not been part of a mastermind, I would highly encourage it. No, this is not a pitch for my mastermind. If you want to be involved in that, great. This is a pitch for masterminds, for the opportunity to, on a regular basis, run your ideas past a group of people, set goals, have some accountability, reach for the next level. Human nature is what it is, and human nature is that you will be more successful if you have a team of people surrounding you than if you try to do it on your own. That being said, what we really want to talk about today is coaching and mentoring. And as the appraiser coach, I have an opportunity to mentor one-on-one on a regular basis. And I enjoy that very much. I enjoy reaching people through Skype and through email and through Facebook groups and one-on-one on the phone. I enjoy helping people get to the next level. But I also very much enjoy having a coach and a mentor myself. Now, a lot of you are saying, well, Dustin, I can't afford that. Number one, it's going to take time. Number two, it's going to take money, most likely. And the answer is yes and yes. It will take time. There's no way around that. But the money thing, you might want to think through. If you've got a mutually, like I now have, a mutually beneficial back and forth with a mentor, with a coach, maybe there's as much on that side as on someone else. Maybe you look to a retired individual, somebody who is successful in business, who's now retired. Trust me, folks, those guys want to give back, and there are opportunities galore to find a mentor, to reach out to connect with, if you will. And so I would highly encourage that you think through this. Again, going back to Napoleon Hill, if you want to be successful, you surround yourself with successful people. Now, I know what you're thinking. Folks, I'm an appraiser. I get this, okay? We are super duper busy, especially right now. Holy cow. The floodgates have just opened. If you're doing any type of refi work, if you're doing any type of purchase work, some of these areas, if you're doing any type of construction work, you are crazy, crazy busy. But don't forget the principle of working on your business, not just in your business, okay? My Dream Team members will testify over and over and over again the opportunity to get on an airplane, to fly to a foreign city, to spend the night, and then to come fresh to a meeting with other appraisers and spend the entire day away from your business, focused on your business and where you're going to the next level. I'm telling you, folks, that's why our retention is so good in the mastermind groups, because they see the value, they see the benefit, they are seeing the financial success that's going to follow when you focus on your business, okay? Again, this isn't a pitch for the Dream Team. Apologize, I keep falling back on that. That's my most recent experience is just a couple days ago with the Dream Team, so it's on my mind. What this is a pitch for is that you look at your own life, that you look at where you're at and where you can and should be. Okay, where is that? What are you doing with your life right now that you can and should be doing differently to be able to achieve something more? You know what the definition of insanity is, right? You've heard this. It's doing the same thing over and over and over again, hoping to get a different result. Well, folks, how many of us are completely insane in our appraisal business? We continue to do the same thing over and over and over again, and we wonder why our taxes look the same year after year after year, that we're achieving the same things now that we were 5 years ago. Okay, is it time to step it up? Is it time to move your business to the next level? I would highly encourage that you think through the principle of the mastermind, number one, and think through the principle of mentors, coaches. Find a coach, find a mentor. No, not a spouse, most likely not a sibling, most likely not a son or daughter, most likely not a family member at all, okay? Probably most likely not a friend, okay? Ben started out as a mentor and became a friend, and that's probably the process I think you should go through. Remember, make sure it's valuable for them. Make sure that they are getting some value, whether that be monetarily or exchange in information. But make sure that the mentor that you find is somebody who has achieved some success and can and will help you to also achieve some great success. Folks, that's it for today. I just wanted to share that really important message. I would highly encourage you to really think through this process. Think through where you want your business to be. Where do you want to be in the next 3 years? I purposely used 3 years, by the way. I think 5 years, 10 years definitely is too far out to really think hard and long about what it is that you want. Okay, think through these things, put some things in place, find a mentor, find a coach or a mastermind, take your business to the next level. Thanks for joining me today, folks. Again, apologize for the lovely studio that I find myself in today. I appreciate you being patient with that, and we will catch you next week here on the Appraiser Coach Podcast.